Puan Zaina tanya, when the co-owner of a joint tenancy flat passes on and the survivor sells the flat, does the proceeds of that flat become Faraid? Fantastic question. Short answer, no. Because the joint tenancy contract of the HDB makes sure that the survivor inherits 100% of the flat. So I give you an example. In this case, Madam Zaina and her husband own a flat joint tenancy. One of them passes away. The survivor inherits the house in full. In fact, within a few weeks, you will receive a letter from HDB saying that they are in the process of converting from joint tenancy to single ownership. Then, for example, in this case, where the survivor says, I want to sell the house, are the proceeds from the flat then distributed according to Faraid? Short answer, no. 100% of the proceeds belong to the survivor. Now, there is a fatwa to support this. Fatwa of 2019 about joint tenancy states that this is acceptable from an Islamic perspective. And so, even though both parties had contributed CPF funds to purchase the flat, just because they have contributed CPF doesn't mean that the Faraid beneficiaries from the person who passed away, the deceased, yang arwah, do not have a share, because of the ownership has gone to the survivor in full. I've heard many horror stories about this where one of the owners passes away and then the relatives come ketuk pintu, kata, the relative, the person who passed away had contributed CPF, that CPF is actually part of our Faraid share. That is totally wrong, especially when it is a joint tenancy contract. It goes direct to the survivor. Contrast this to a tenancy in common, where there is specific percentage, specific shares for each owner. Then that share is then distributed to their Faraid. Even then, I argue this. Look at who are the Faraid beneficiaries. Because again, I've heard many horror stories where far away relatives, some cousin from very far away come knocking on the door, say, oh, I have a share. I am a cousin. I confirm have a share. No, because your Faraid beneficiaries, confirm plus chop, if you have a spouse, your parents, mom and dad, and your children, these are the automatic heirs. These people, confirm plus chop, will get a share. Only in very specific circumstances where siblings like brothers or uncles or even nephews will have a share. Very specific, where there is no father and no son. Then they may get a share. So use the available tools online, like for example, the Sharia Court calculator, to go and do the calculations. Put in all the surviving biological relatives and you will see exactly who has a share when you pass away. My name is Afiq from Modern Muslim Finance. Send me more of your questions in the comments below. We'll see you at the next one, inshallah. Assalamualaikum.